Hello guys, have you ever wondered where to start? What is the real first step in learning to play your guitar? My name is Alex Arianda and welcome back to my guitar method videos. This is the second part of the series of my guitar lesson videos, and here we are going to start to learn to play the instrument already. But like I told you, I'm not going to promise you any easy way to learn to play the guitar. But because this is a musical instrument, right? So the best way and the true fastest way to learn to play this is by at least understanding a bit about music and not just any easy chords or easy songs, right? Some students may say, oh man, why do I need to learn music? I just wanted to learn this song. I must say to you that if you don't understand and learn music, then learning to play this guitar will be very difficult for you. If you don't like to understand music, then you are just wasting your time. If you are serious about learning to play the guitar, focusing on only easy chords with no direction or just a few songs that you want will get you nowhere, because you will be missing a lot of things and it will consume a lot of your time just to go back for those things that you have missed, and you will get all the confusions later. You will be like running around in circles. So, what really is fast and easy? There is no such thing as fast and easy in guitar and in whatever skills that we want to learn in our lives. What I am offering is a simplified method of learning. I started writing this guitar method book 20 years ago, and this is the straight pattern to master this instrument from the very first step of the ladder up to the top, okay? We're not going to be jumping around levels. That's why I highly recommend you to finish each part first before moving on to the next one, so that you will never miss anything. With this first 3 parts beginners video, if you will really work on the lessons that I will give, I guarantee you, you can learn many songs already on your own. Now, to learn the songs that you want is your job, not mine, right? My job here is to make you understand guitar and guide you in a more musical manner of learning, so that you can learn any song in the world that you want. And you can even be a songwriter later if you want, yeah, in the future. Once you understood this, I will never give you a fish, okay? Instead, I'm going to give you the fishing rod, and then you can go fishing on your own. I believe it is much better this way because everybody has their own talent. You can even be better than me. And this is my way of bringing out the best in you, right? This is the only difficult part in this series of guitar lesson videos. Once you understood this, first 3 videos, this will be the foundation of all the things that you need to learn in playing guitar. From strumming, to finger style, to soloing, and everything in between, alright? This is the way I teach guitar to my students, whether individually or by group, right? Now, to begin with, there are 2 parts in music, or let's say 2 divisions, okay? One is the melody and the other one is the rhythm. In this video, we will focus on the melody. Your left hand is the one responsible for playing the melody. And this fretboard here is where you are going to play all of those melodies, alright? We're going to deal with the very first note, then everything will expand from there. But let me remind you, okay, that there are a few easy things that you need to memorize in this video, and I highly recommend you to write them down and say them 100 times so you will never forget them anymore. After this video, you can start learning a lot of songs already. I guarantee you that, right? First thing to remember is your left hand fingers are numbered 1, 2, 3, and 4. Keep that in mind, right? But I think we got that already on the first video. Now, this is the neck of the guitar. Okay? It has the tuning knobs at the head here. Then, this white one is the nut. The standard tuning of your guitar always starts from here. Okay? Now, on the top of the neck is what we call the fretboard. And these spaces are what we call the frets, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and so on. As you can see, there are some markers on your fretboard, and it is located on the 3rd, 5th, 7th, 9th, and double on the 12th, which indicates one octave in range. Okay, we will talk about octaves later as we go along, and we will also understand the functions of these markers here. Okay, then these are the strings, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, from the thinnest to the thickest. Right, keep that in mind. Now, let's start with the playing part. Right, the way I teach guitar is similar to the way I teach piano. In fact, my method in guitar is greatly influenced by piano topics. Now, in piano keyboard, we always start with the center note, which is called the middle C. One interesting part is, in piano keyboard, there is only one spot for middle C, only one spot. But in guitar, we have two. The first one is here on the 5th string, 3rd fret, and the other one is here on the 6th string, 8th fret. You see, heard that? They have the same note range, right? But basically, we will use this middle C on the 3rd fret first, because the most basic shape of the C major chord is within these first 3 frets here. And almost all the basic chords are also within this first 3 frets. So this is the middle C that we are going to use. Alright, now, first question. Can you create music with just one note? Of course not. There are 7 basic notes in a scale, or an octave, with whole tones and semitones. So, just go along with me, because we will be taking up all the information that you needed, bit by bit, in a simplified manner. Okay? Now, long time ago, we were using that solfege. If you happen to learn them, especially in primary school, it is the do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do that you love to sing. Okay? Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. Okay? Now, that's the most basic notation pattern in music, and we are going to use them now. But in the modern way of teaching, we are now using letters instead of do, re, mi. So, here is the equivalent of that do, re, mi. Okay? Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. The equivalent now is C, D, E, F, G, A, B, and C again. Okay? Now, together with this, you must understand and remember the note order. Okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. C being the first note, D is the second note, and so on. Okay? Now, let's move on. The most basic way of playing guitar is by strumming. Right? Second question. Can you strum the guitar all day pressing only one string? Of course you cannot, right? You cannot create the right sound with that to play any song. We need to strum using chords to play guitar to make music, right? Now, move on. The third question. What is a chord in music? With my own definition, a chord in guitar or in music is the harmonious combination of notes played together. So that means not just only one note, but several notes or strings played together. Okay, now this is an example of a chord chart diagram. A lot of my students who have given up learning guitar before gained their interest again after I told them that you don't need to memorize all of this one by one. They gave up studying guitar before because they feel exhausted already just by merely looking at this chord chart. With the thought of memorizing all of this, they quit. With my guitar method, you will never need to memorize this. But eventually, you will memorize this and all of the chords naturally by understanding music. You won't need this. Okay? You can throw this away because we will never use this. You can even create your own chords later. This will only cause confusion. What you just need to understand for now is how to read a chord diagram and not that chord chart. Alright? There are two most common illustrations of a chord diagram. Okay? Now here's the first one. Now basically, this is the chord name. Alright? Now these are your finger numbers. These are the strings, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Your guitar is standing like this, like that, alright? And then these are the frets. If you see a diagram like this with two lines on the top, that means this is the nut here. Okay, so this is the first fret, second fret, third fret. So this chord is played on the first 3 frets of your guitar. Now here on the number on the top is the first string indicates 0, which means you don't need to press anything here. This is an open string. The second string on the top of it, there's a number 1, which means your first finger should press on the first fret, second string. Now the next one has also 0 on top on the third string. That means you don't need to press anything also here. And then the fourth string, on the top of that, there's a number 2 there. That means you need to press your second finger on the second fret here. Okay, so you already got that. Okay, now the next fret, the next string on the fifth string, your third finger should press on the third fret, fifth string. So this is the C major chord, the basic form of a C major chord. Now here's another one. There are 2 most common illustrations of a chord. Okay, this is also a C major chord. The good thing about guitar is all the chords have different spots. Okay, you can play C chord here. There's also a C chord here and here. Okay, that's the good thing about guitar. Now, this is also a C major chord. Okay, if you happen to see a diagram like this with only one line on the top, that means this chord is going to be played somewhere in the middle of the fretboard. Alright, it should have a number beside it to indicate the fret number. So this chord is going to be played on the third fret. Don't get confused with this numbering. Okay, your finger should press, your first finger should press the first string and the third string. That means you're going to bar it. This is what we call, this is already what we call a bar chord, right? Then there are 2 ways of playing this. Either you use your 2, 3, 4 on the fifth string like this, 2, 3, 4, or you use this only one finger. But the easiest way later to play is by this one. But you have to practice your ring finger to bend this, because you must not touch this string here. So you're going to press only the second, third, and fourth here. So you must keep this open for this note here. Alright, so now let's move on. Okay, now we're going to start with the very basics, which is the most basic chords. Okay, we use chords to strum the guitar, and the most basic form of a chord is called a triad. Fourth question, okay, what is a triad in music? A triad in music or in guitar is a harmonious combination of only 3 notes played together. Okay, 3 notes, nothing more, nothing less. So we will start with that. There are 2 basic forms of a triad, which is the major and the minor triad. So if there are 3 notes in a triad, we have to find the other 2 notes so that we can transform the first C note into the C major chord or the C major triad. We can easily understand the context of triad or any other chords by the use of formulas. Okay, formulas like in algebra, but in music it's very simple, so don't worry, there will be no computations involved. Right, the major triad formula is 1, 3, and 5, which means the first, the third, and the fifth note on the note order. The first, the third, and the fifth. So in that case, those notes are C, E, and G. The C major chord consists of the C, the E, and the G notes. Alright, now let's clarify that on the next diagram. Right, but before that, you need to tune your guitar first. In this part, you will need to have an electronic tuner from the music store, or buy a guitar with built-in pickups and tuners, or install a guitar tuner on your smartphones. Right, that's the most practical way today. Then tune your guitar in this manner with these following notes here. E, A, D, G, B, and E. Okay, from the 6th string to the 1st. You must write them down and remember that. Alright? Now, I have illustrated piano keyboard at the bottom. Okay? To illustrate to you the notes, how the notes are filed, and why this chord shape here is called the C major triad or the C major chord. You know what? You can press anything on your guitar and call it a C major chord for no reason, right? But will it sound good? For sure it will not, because all the chords have their own note content and to make a musical sound. Okay? Now, the 7 basic notes are played in the white keys of the piano keyboard. C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. They are there. Okay? Now, you must understand the intervals, right? The reason why there are intervals with this note is because of this black keys, alright? But you have to remember the interval sequence, alright? C going to E, you have an interval, and we call this whole tone, okay? D going to E is again a whole tone because of the interval. But E going to F is a semitone, okay? After E, F follows immediately, alright? And then E, F to G is a whole tone, G to A to B is again whole tone, B going to C is another semitone. So keep that in mind. E, F, and B, C are always semitone, alright? So that's the reason why this shape is called the C major chord. Okay, let's find out. The standard tuning of your 5th string is A, alright? So let's go back. This is your middle C. This is your middle C. So let's go back. C, B, the interval, and A. Okay, that's why this is the C note, right? Now next, the 4th string, the standard tuning of that is D. So to make an E note, you have to press here. Well, D, interval, then E. That's why this is an E note. Okay? The 3rd string, that's why you don't need to press anything because it's already G. The 2nd string, the standard tuning is B, so you have to press here to make the C note. Right? Now, the last string here, the 1st string, is already E, so you don't need to press anything here. That's why this shape is called the C major triad or the C major chord because of the note content. C, E, G, C, E. Only 3 notes, nothing more, nothing less. Alright, now let's move on. Okay? Now that you have learned the C major chord already, here, 5th question, alright? Can you play any song with just the C major chord alone? Of course not. Okay? The seven notes are C, D, E, F, G, A, B, and C, okay? And we can derive the other 6 chords out of those following notes, okay? But not all of them are major chords or triads. There will be what we call a chord order or a chord sequence from the note order, okay? The chord order is major, minor, minor, major, major, minor, and diminished, okay? Let's go there. Let's go to that. Now, this is the note order, and this is the chord order here, okay? So, the first note is major, that's why the first chord is C major chord, alright? The second and the third notes are minor, that's why the chords are D minor and E minor. The 4th and the 5th chord are both major, that's why they are the F major chord and the G major chord. The 6th note is minor again, that's why it's A minor. And then the 7th note is diminished, that's why that chord is B diminished chord. Now, this group of chords here is what we call a chord progression or family chords, okay? You will understand this as we go along, okay? The good thing is we don't usually use that diminished chord in the basics. So, we can skip that to your advantage, okay? Just for now. Now, you only need to memorize 6 chords initially. Like I told you, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And then you can already play so many songs using these 6 chords, okay? And since we have started with the C note, that the first note C and the first note, the first chord C also, C major chord. Therefore, we are in the C chord progression. Okay, don't get confused with this because sometimes they are also called family chords. But the shortest way to say that is we are in the key of C. Okay, the first note that has become the first chord is always the key center of any chord progression. So keep that in mind because all of this will be very useful in all the videos in the future. Okay, we are in the key of C. Now, the next thing that you must understand is all of these notes here can be created as key centers also later, and they will also have their own chord progression. But for now, we are in the key of C. Now, get a load of this, okay? All of the songs that you know or you can hear playing anywhere belongs to a certain key center and chord progressions. So, if all of the songs belong to a certain key, that means there are hundreds of songs in the key of C alone. And that's what we are going to explore for now. But before that, the next important thing that you need to learn now is how you will be able to memorize these 6 chords. Here, okay? With my method, you will find that it's not hard, okay? It's not hard at all. You will memorize all of these 6 chords here, not tomorrow, not the next day, not the next week, and not the next month, right? But right now, within this video today, okay? So, let's divide these chords here into 2 groups, shall we? How many major chords can you see here? There are 3, right? The first, the fourth, and the fifth are major chords. And then, how many minor chords you can see? There are also 3 minor chords, right? The second, the third, and the sixth are minor chords. Now, do you remember the first finger drill that I have told you on my first video? This one and this one, okay? We will be using that now, okay? Now, I call this 1 and 4 fingers the power fingers because they usually make the first move to create stability for the other fingers to build the chord and complete it, okay? Then, I call this 2 and 3 fingers the formation fingers because most of the time, they move, they jump, they shift together, not one by one, okay? Stop learning your chords finger by finger, okay? But always together. There will be another set of a finger grouping later, but for now, this will be very useful to memorize these chords, alright? Now, let's talk about the major chords first, alright? Now, I have illustrated this in this manner. F first, then C, then G. These are the 3 major chords, okay? Let's learn your F major chord. You see, your power finger number 1 is pressing the first string and the second string on the first fret, right? Then we call it bar. You bar them because you're pressing 2 strings at the same time. Now, your second finger is pressing the 3rd string, 2nd fret, okay? And your 3rd finger is pressing the 4th string, 3rd fret, here. Now you got the F major chord, okay? Now, going to C major chord, all you have to do is drop this finger, drop it, and then move your formation fingers, not one by one but together, move them 1 string up, here. Now you got the C major chord already. Now, how hard is that to understand and remember? You see? Okay, you got the C major chord already. Now, going to G, the first thing that you need to do is press the other power finger to create stability for your other fingers to move. Alright? You press your power finger on the G note here, in the 1st string, 3rd fret, and then as you remove the other 3 fingers here, you jump your formation finger to its G position. Now you got the G chord already. C, F, C, G. How hard is that to understand and remember? I'm telling you, I have 6-year-old students, 7-year-old students, they understand this. We were just like playing games, you know. We were just playing like building block games, okay? And we're having fun. That's why it's easy for them to memorize this, understand this. Not hard. Alright? Now, let's move on to the minor chords. Okay? There are also 3 minor chords. So I illustrated this in this manner. Okay? The 6th, the 3rd, and the 2nd. Okay? Let's learn the 6th first. Okay? A minor. As you can see, your power finger number 1 is pressing the 2nd string, 1st fret. Alright? Same with the C major chord. Now, your 3rd finger is pressing the 3rd string on the 2nd fret. Here. Okay? And your 2nd finger is pressing the 4th string, 2nd fret also. They are on the same fret, like that. Now that's A minor, right? Now, to learn the E minor or to go to E minor chord, all you have to do is drop this. Okay? Drop that finger and move your formation finger 1 step up again, 1 string up. Now you got the E minor chord. How hard is that to understand and remember? A minor, E minor, A minor, E minor. My goodness, yeah. Now, the last thing that we are going to talk about is the D minor chord. How will you will be able to memorize this, to understand this? Let's go back to A minor, right? A minor. What you're going to do is move all of this finger 1 string down. 1 string down. See? The numbering 2, 3, 1, 0. Now, it's 2, 3, 1 already. Okay? Because you move all your fingers 1 string down. And then, push your 3rd finger to the next fret. Now, here. Now you got the D minor chord already. How hard is that to understand and remember? My goodness. I'm telling you, 7-year-old student can understand this. Okay? Now you see, understanding is the best way of memorizing. If you don't understand music, it will be very difficult for you to understand your instrument. You can also apply this idea into other things, other skills that you want to learn in your life. Okay? Understanding is the best way of memorizing. Now, I'm giving you some tips first on how to change chords easily. Okay? I have seen a lot of students who are struggling to learn to change chords at the beginning because they have started learning to press chords finger by finger and without proper finger preparations. And it's taking them numbers of weeks to learn just a few chords. And most of them started somewhere in the middle, like in the key of G or the key of D. So they don't have the foundation. Alright? Because in so many ways, as a beginner, you don't really have to remove all your fingers and then start all over again for the next chord, like this. C, and then remove everything, A minor, okay? Maybe later you can do that when your fingers have mastered all the chord shift already. As much as possible, shift chord with your fingers together and stop learning chords finger by finger, okay? Practice is essential. It takes a ton of patience and practice. But for now, I'm giving you an idea to start with, okay? Now, let's do a common chord pattern, okay? The 1-6-2-5 chord pattern, which means the first chord followed by the 6th chord and the 2nd chord, then the 5th, and finally goes back to the 1st chord of the chord order, alright? Now, for that, here, the first chord is C, right? C major chord. Now, going to the 6th chord, C, A minor, you don't need to remove everything and start all over again, okay? It's very simple. All you have to do is transfer 1 finger here, right? You don't need to move everything. Transfer 1 finger and you already got the A minor. How hard is that to understand and remember? Yeah, okay? Now, from the 6th chord going to the 2nd chord, A minor going to D minor, we have taken that up already just a minute ago, right? All you have to do is move your fingers 1 string down and then push this 3rd finger here to the next fret. Now you got the D minor chord already. See? Not so hard, yeah? Now, from the 2nd chord going to the 5th chord, D minor, the first step is this is always the first step, okay? The first step is your power finger first, okay? To stabilize the other fingers to move, right? To give them power to move, give them energy, okay? So you press that, and as you remove the other 3 fingers, you shift your formation fingers to the G position. Now you got the G position. Now, this is one thing. Whenever you're going to G from that, you will belong from any other chord, and you're going to G, the first step is always your pinky fingers, okay? Before going to G. Let's say from A minor, pinky finger first, then G. Or from D, pinky finger first, then G. From A, pinky finger first, going to G. E minor, pinky finger first before going to G. Okay? Whenever you're going to the G chord, you always press first your pinky finger. The first step is always the power finger, alright? Now, from the fifth chord, going back to the first chord, you got the G now. Going to C chord, the first step is the power finger. You press your power finger here first, and as you remove the other 3 fingers here, you jump your formation fingers 1 string down. Now you got the C chord, C major chord again, okay? G, C. Alright? Now, how hard is that to understand and remember? You see? Now, the next topic is what all of you are waiting for, I believe that. And now it's getting very much exciting, because we're now going to use all of this information into application, okay? Let's try a few songs in the key of C, okay? There are hundreds of songs in the key of C, and most of the songs in the key of C starts with the C major chord. So another important thing is you must familiarize yourself with song titles, bands, band musicians, and performers, okay? Now I have listed here 4 songs as an example for the songs in the key of C that started in the C major chord. Now this one here, Let It Be by the Beatles. This one is a bit old song. Not bit, really old, back in the 70s, right? Now the chords are the first one, the 5th, the 6th, and the 4th. That's the chord pattern of this first part, and then the next one is 1st, 5th, 4th, 3, 2, 1. Now it's played like this, okay? Let It Be by the Beatles. When I find myself in times of trouble, A minor, Mother Mary calls to me, F, then C. Speaking words of wisdom, let it be, F. Okay, F, E minor, D minor, C. Okay, that's how it is being played, alright? If you want to learn this song, you can go to the internet and download this, okay? Now, the next song is One Call Away. This song became popular just a few years ago, okay? By Charlie Puth, okay? The key actually of this song is C sharp, but I just lowered it down to make it an example for this, because this is the perfect way of making an example for the C major chord, okay? And these chords are only the chorus chords, not the entire song, okay? So here it goes. C, I'm only one. G, go away, I'll be there to save F, the day. Superman got nothing on me. I'm only one. Go away. Right? Now, the next one is I'm Yours by Jason Mraz. Okay? This also became popular like a few years ago also. Now, that I divide this because this first part is the verse chords, and this second part is the chorus chord, okay? Now let's do it. C. Well, you dawned on me and you bet I felt it, okay? I tried to beat you, but you heart melted. Okay. I felt right through the cracks, and now I'm trying to get back, right? Then the chorus is, so I won't see hesitate. It was changed to G instead of E minor. No more, no more, it cannot wait, I'm sure. Right? If you want to learn this song, you can download that on the internet. It's up to you. I'm just using this as an example, right? Now, the next song is Somewhere Over the Rainbow. Now this song, I didn't write down the performers, because there are so many performers already have their own version of this, but we will going to play the standard, the original key of this song. Okay, from C. This is also a complete chord. See, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. All chords. The 6 chords are within this song, so it's a perfect example. Okay. Somewhere, C, E minor, over the rainbow, F, way up high, 6, C, okay, then F again, there's a C, land that I've heard of, A minor, once, D minor, in a love, G, lullaby. Alright, I got that. If you want to learn this, you can download this, and it's up to you. Okay, now let's move on to the next topic. Okay, just because a song is in the key of C, it doesn't have to always start in the C major chord. All right, there are hundreds of songs also in the key of C that started with the other chords within the chord progression. All right, let's talk about them. The next one is songs that in the key of C but started in A minor, right? A minor. Now this one here is a song is Don't Cry from Guns N' Roses. This is also a famous song. Okay, now this is the verse part here. Okay, the song is A minor. If you could see tomorrow, D minor, what are your plans? Then there's a note flow here like this. Alright? Okay? No one live in sorrow as all your friends. Okay, that's the stanza part, this one. And this is the chorus part already, F. F, don't you cry, G, tonight, I still love you, baby. 2 times. Don't you cry tonight. Now, there's a chord flow here. Okay, F again. Don't you cry, G, tonight. There's a heaven above you, G, F. Don't you cry, G, A minor tonight. Now, you can see that there is a B minor here. It is some sort of a replacement for the B diminished chord. Okay, you can search for that on the internet for now, just for this one chord, because sometimes it is used in this in the key of C. All right. Now the next song is "Stairway to Heaven" by Led Zeppelin. Right. As you can see here, the first chord is A minor. The next chord is A minor plus major 7. Don't get confused with this, because this is still an A minor chord, but you have added another note here. So this is already a 4-note chord, not a triad anymore. 4-note chord, right? And then A minor 7 is also a 4-note chord, because that's A minor plus the dominant 7th note here you add. So that's 4-note chord. B minor 7 is of course a 4-note chord. F major 7 is also an F chord, but we added another note like this one, major 7th note. So F minor 7, and then G and A minor. Alright, now the good thing is, in guitar, A minor has a shape here, also here. Okay, there are several positions you can make an A minor. Alright, but this song was played on the 5th fret, the A minor on the 5th fret, which is here. Alright, okay, now it was played like this. You listen, okay? A minor plus major 7, A minor 7, B minor 7, F major 7, and then G, A minor. Alright? Now this part is, I think this one is on the last part. Like that. Okay, the last part. A minor, G, F, and G again. Now, the last one here is Losing My Religion by REM. Okay? Now, this is interesting because on the intro, it started with F, but on the song part, the verse part started in A minor, and then on chorus part, it goes back to F major chord. Okay? The intro is minor. It's bigger than you, and you are not me. The things that I will go through, the distance in your eyes. D minor. Oh no, I've said D minor. Tomorrow I said it out. Chorus part, that I thought that I heard you laughing. F. I thought that I heard passing chords G. You sing A minor. F again. I think I thought I saw G passing chord. You A minor. G again. Every whisper. Now you got that. Okay, if you want this song to learn, you can download this on the internet and start learning them. Now, a couple of songs more. This one here is Another Brick in the Wall by Pink Floyd, right? This song consists only of 4 chords: D minor, G, F, and C, right? Your dad actually, I think he knows this song. This is a very famous song, but this is an old song, and it goes like this, right? We don't need no education. The D minor was played on the 5th position here, okay? Okay. Teacher, leave the kids alone. Okay, then G. This will be another brick in the wall. F, all you have is such another brick in the wall. Okay, if you want this song, you can download that too and learn that. Now, last song is Having You Near Me by Air Supply. This one is a bit of a loud song, a slow song. Okay, this is also interesting because the intro part and the verse part started in F major chord. But on the chorus chord, it started in C major chord, okay? Now let's do it. Intro is like this. 2 times. Now let's go to the verse part, okay? F. I came to you, G, and never asked E minor, too much, A minor, then it says 2 times. Go back again. Wonder what you would say, G. Hoping on steady minor, it's not the role I used to play. Okay, now the chorus part starts in C chords, okay? C major chord. Now let's do it. Having you near me, E minor. Holding you near me. Okay, we're going to use that B minor 7 again as an alternative for the B diminished chord. Okay. I want you to stay, passing chord, and never go away. G is passing chord, and then go back to G again. G. It's alright, right? Now you got that, okay? Now, all of these songs are just examples in which I believe will help you understand how a song or a music piece works and how the key of C works on any song, okay? You can start learning those songs if you want to, okay? Or you can learn songs that you want. Just type that in Google, type this, songs in key of C in Google, and you will discover that there are hundreds of songs in the key of C alone. Old songs, new songs, whatever, everything, okay? Now, before I finish this video, I'm going to give you another finger flexibility exercise on the fretboard. Okay, your fingers have to use this for exploration of the chords that we have learned. Okay, for the exploration. Okay, and to give you to add design in your playing ability. So let's do it. Now the first one is let's exercise your power fingers here. Press your formation finger on the F position here in the 3rd string and 2nd string, 4th string. Then do this exercise, your power finger like this. To make it sound, 1 4 1 4 1 4 1 4 1 4 1 That's one thing. The next one is 0141. 0141, 0141, 0141. And then the next one is 014014. 014014. The last one is 041. Start slow and make it fast later. Something like that. Okay? Now, to exercise your formation fingers, you do this. Press your power finger on its position on the C note here, and then while pressing that, move your formation fingers from the F position to C and to G position, goes back again. F, C, G, C, F, C, G, C. You do that, okay? To help your formation fingers memorize their spot whenever you need them, okay? Now, the other way is press your other power finger here, and then do the same. F, C, G, C, F, C, G, C. Alright? Now, I hope you got the most out of this video. It's pretty much exciting, right? Pardon me for the way I speak, because I did everything that I can to create this video, because I really wanted to share this idea to all the people in this planet. You know, because I have already written down this book 20 years ago, and I just don't have the resources to print it. Okay, so I hope that you got the most out of it. Okay, this first 3 part is a bit long to explain, because this will be the foundation of the other lessons that we will be taking up. Then if you have any questions, you can send me email or feedback, or add me on Facebook, comment, subscribe on my channel, anything, okay? My real purpose is to share my knowledge to you, and you can learn guitar accurately and fast, okay? Thanks for watching. See you in my next video, where we are going to talk about your right hand already on the next video, and the rhythm, okay? So you can strum like crazy, right? Okay, without losing the counting, okay? So have fun and learning, all right? Okay, rock and roll, right? Thank you.